because this is what happened over time. We started here before I came here as not doing energized work, and then they transitioned to doing energized work. So I'm gonna say everybody in this room has always done energized work. So we've always gloved the primary from day one. Once we got to that point,
Yeah.
do you find that training to do hot work, and that's what way you do it, has led to this sort of thing? People putting the voltmeter in their hand, because before we had voltmeters, before we put a ground on, it was legal to fuzz the line.
Yep,
You
that's
put a
right.
metal wrench in your hand, you listened, you didn't hear anything, and that was testing it. Do you feel like that's what's led to where some of this stuff has gotten to?
Yeah, so, when you're fuzzing, you're in very close proximity to those conductors. So if someone gets hurt, they do a new rule.
Yeah.
So now you got to use your tester. You got to have a tester to fuzz the line with, more or less. But yeah, it's evolving.
Well, I've tried to share with my guys, that things have grown to where it is today, and it just doesn't seem like that has been enough of an education tool that's been shared to let people know,
Exactly.
I know that I've seen people put hotline clamps on by hand,
Yeah,
and we're like, we don't do that.
that's right.
We're at the end of an 8-foot stick for a reason, because if something goes wrong, you don't want to be there
Yeah.
with that violent reaction. But just get people to understand that yes, we do hot work, but there's things we don't do hot,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, so what we're doing is going over all these tools, going over proper work procedures. We're going over building this house of safety. And what we're doing is we're creating more capacity. See, you could have safety built on this foundation where you're living in an outhouse. That's it. That's your room. That's your room of safety, and it stinks in there. It's uncomfortable, and it's just not a great place to grow up and live in your so-called house of safety. But what we want to do is we want to have plumbing, we want to have electricity, we want to have AC. We want this house of safety to be roomy. We want maybe a cathedral ceiling here and there, and we want to make this beautiful and build capacity. We build capacity so that we can fail safely and be more comfortable. And when we're more comfortable, home is your castle or whatever, house is your castle kind of thing. So we got to build this castle, where it's safe. The walls, the moat, we got to have lookouts, right? Got to have some cool archers, because when you get out of that house, everything's trying to kill you, man. You walk through Africa. Try to walk through Africa on a safari just by yourself at night, without no gun, without no protection, and you won't go very far and you'll be dead, okay? You'll be dead. And that's what happens. You can do this long enough. You might get a mile down this safari, all right, your hike. You might get a mile one day, or you might go 10 miles. But what happens is you've got to be aware that the truth is that there's a lot of unsafe beasts out there that all their job is to do is to kill you and take you out. That's what electricity wants to do. It wants to kill you. It does, man.